Satsang-54. The body is not I. 18th September, 1935. Morning Satsang. Only one illuminates the mind, intellect, and all organs of the senses and their objects. It is only a false notion that Atman is someone. If you maintain an idea that you are a body, it seems that the body does everything, the eating and drinking and the like. This is called ignorance. The illusory concept that I am the body creates the individual, jiva, and the sense that I am not the body makes you God, Shiva. The belief that the objects of the senses are full of pleasure is only a mistaken concept. The sense organs become agitated and take hold of objects. All activities are only for the sake of the body. Its enjoyments and its attachments are received only by it. The body has given away its true glory in favor of the sense organs, and now it is very difficult to get it back. The sense organs are addicted, running out of control, chasing after imagined enjoyment. What a wonder! That is what is called pleasure. And pleasure merely indicates the stimulation of the sensory nerves. This is a game of madness. And it was decided that you must keep on playing this game of win or lose, pleasure or pain, and you must keep experiencing it. You call it pleasure, but it is really nothing but a play of imagination. You call it pleasure, but the game must be killed. There is real happiness in killing pleasure, but people keep up the imagination, which is really only suffering. If you have killed the pleasure game for good, then the killer of the pleasure also must die. Objects are imaginary, and the enjoyment of them is also imaginary. Enjoyment is only a thought or feeling that you like. You get enjoyment when everything takes place according to your hopes. God, Shiva, is without hopes, without any thought of any kind. The objects of each sense organ are different. All 10 of them pull you in 10 directions. Yama, the god of death, rides upon the buffalo of ignorance and attacks you. Ignorance is what carries one to the realm of death. the enticement of the senses, and being ensnared by pleasure is nothing but attachment to the body. Everything happens in the grand scheme of things, but the individual says, I have done something. Although he is the self, the jiva says that he is the body and bears the burden of merit and sins. This is the dis-ease of body identification called ego. It's like the dog that is walking below a moving cart and says that he is the one who is driving the cart. Similarly, the individual takes up false pride and claims to do everything. He takes no rest at any time. It is like he is having an uncontrollable seizure of body identification. There was a law in a town of blind people that said if anybody comes who can see with his eyes, they would take out his eyeballs. One must escape from illusion with sufficient cunning. Illusion knows that if anybody realizes the self, she would be defamed. So this Maya makes efforts in the opposite direction. Because you are attached to the body and sense pleasures, the cycle of birth and death is continuous. It is only when you see that pleasure is sorrow that you come to real happiness. Action done with expectation of fruit is very detrimental. The desire for fruits or results is what compels the self, which is beyond birth, to take birth. Therefore, do not harbor desire for any results. Maya harasses the jiva by imposing upon him the mirage of body identification. But alas, the individual does not get fed up. The jiva takes birth in various bodies and suffers all of his own accord. The jiva that is blindfolding the eyes of selfhood is wandering all over.